Good evening, good evening, good evening. It seems like I was going to have a sneeze coming on just at the beginning of my program. But good evening and welcome to Sweet Blessings, where we come to you on Wednesdays to inspire, to encourage, and to empower you to live a healthier lifestyle. I'm Anna. I am the host of Sweet Blessings. um, and I come to you, I provide knowledge and make you aware with speakers and things like that because the purpose of this website or this podcast, as well as my website, is to help people. You know, we all need a little help. And along the way, many people have helped me. And that is the name of my podcast, Sweet Blessings. And so, in turn, I try to bless others. Now, I know I'm sounding a little nasal. You know, it is allergy season. And so I might sound a little nasal to you this evening, but that's okay. I'm here. I am a retired school teacher. I'm an author. I'm also an educational consultant, a jury consultant, which I own um, the Jazzy Jewels collection. Um, I'm also a health consultant. Um, I do products for two different health companies that I kind of like. I don't really, like I said, don't I don't solicit them, but I people ask me about them, and so I tell them about them as well. I believe that is it. I do go live every with my jury Tuesday. I might go live every day, but I know with jury I go Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you get a chance, by all means, stop in. This is my Facebook um, thing, and I go live on my personal profile. As well on Thursdays, I go on Facebook as well as on Instagram. So you can check me out there, and I do that one in the evening as well. Also, you can support me by sending stars. Now, stars help me earn money to make more content in my presentation. So I'm hoping that that's what I am doing so that everyone can enjoy. You can always send in suggestions or anything, like that you would like for me to research on. I'm always open for suggestions as well. So this evening, I am going to talk to you a little bit about Cinco de Mayo. Now, Cinco de Mayo, really, the day for that was Monday, I believe, the 5th. But it's so, I come on Wednesdays, but I think it's just a topic that we all need to kind of know about. We need to know about, I'm from the United States. And I know some of you all are saying, well, why is she saying that? Because this podcast is a global podcast, and so it goes all over. So people need to know that I am from the United States. And in the United States, we have many, many um, different nationalities. And I think it's very important. We are all the same, but we're different. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's important that we learn about others' cultures. Excuse me. I'm just using this as an example because not too many people of the other nationalities really know Black culture, culture, or our heritage. It's evident when they have those game shows or things like that, and there are uh, African American or Black questions on it, and they don't seem to be able to answer those questions. So there is a need. There is a need for us to know about all nationalities because in America we live with all nationalities. And I'm going to say that I was very fortunate in growing up that I went to school with all nationalities. And so, therefore, you get to learn their culture, you get to learn their habits, you get to learn all those things about, just like they get to learn the things about you as well. And so, we're going to take a brief commercial because uh, excuse me, we're going to take a brief commercial. And then I will be back and I'm going to talk a little bit about Cinco de Mayo, the ways that it is celebrated, as well as the Mexican heritage and culture in relationship to that. So I'll be right back.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
All right, we are back, and I am going to talk to you a little bit about uh, the significance of Cinco de Mayo, celebrating Mexican heritage. I also want to remind you, people have asked me, how do you get in contact with me? And there's several ways that you can get in contact with me if you're interested in possibly being a guest or a sponsor. Excuse me. Uh, I do have advertising, commercial, and guest slots, so you can secure a spot at listine1 at gmail.com, or you can contact me also at ctrmedianetwork.com. I do have a bit, which is my website, and this is it here. So you're more than welcome to uh, contact me there. And this is my email in case you have any questions or you want to contact me there. So there's several ways that you can reach out to me as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I apologize for coughing, but it is allergy season and mine is kicking up. I mean, it really kicked up yesterday. Well, Monday they did the grass, and whenever they do grass, it's been so nice. I had the windows open, and so it really got me. I just didn't realize that. So I'll be drinking water and stuff as we go along. But what is the significance of Cinco de Mayo? What is the significance of um, us learning about it? Okay, and why is it important? Okay. So most people don't realize that Cinco de Mayo, which translates to the 5th of May in Spanish, is a holiday that commemorates the Mexican army victory over the French forces at the Battle of Puebla. Puebla. I think it's Puebla. Puebla. on May 5th. It's in 1862. It is often celebrated with parades, music, traditional dance, and of course, delicious Mexican food. While it's a significant day in the Mexican history, it's more widely celebrated in the United States, where it's become a day to celebrate Mexican culture and heritage. And so, leave it to the United States. The United States always takes something and elaborates on it, but that's a good thing. Because when I was teaching, we had to teach cultural diversity. And it didn't matter what grade you had because I'm an early childhood teacher. I taught all grades, but my degree and all of that stuff was in early childhood, and I have some, some other degrees. But even at that early age, we were required to have some type of diversity. And so Cinco de Mayo was one of those holidays that we celebrate. I tried to do all the holidays for my children because I was in a predominantly black school. Um, I wanted to make them more aware of the different nationalities and things that was surrounding them, because in life that's what you're going to have to deal with. You're not just going to be set in one group of people. You're going to have to deal with all people, and yours too, your nationality as well. So now remember when I said it's celebrated in many different ways across the United States. Okay. And so, what I am going to attempt to do now, don't this is not going to be all the ways that it's celebrated, but this is going to be some of the ways that they celebrate Cinco de Mayo across the United States. So, we're going to break for a little commercial, and then we are going to come back, and I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the ways to.
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights.
All right, we are back, and we're going to talk a little bit about ways to celebrate. And not in my community per se, but I would say, because I'm in a suburb, we do have parades, but we do not have a Cinco de Mayo parade. But in the city, they have many of them. So, like it says here, many cities in the United States host parades which features traditional Mexican music, dance, performance, and colorful floats. Now, usually during this time, when they have the parades, it's usually televised, so people can see them, or some people go out. Okay. Now, sometimes people have, sometimes they celebrate with festivals and street fairs, which I love. Okay. So, communities often organize street festivals with food vendors selling Mexican cuisine, live music, dancing, and cultural exhibitions. Oh, I just love that because I love to go and look at and really eat, eat the different Mexican foods at the different vendors. And I was fortunate in my lifetime to work um, in a Spanish area in the city. I was a district manager for a product, and it was in one of the Spanish areas, and they had street festivals and street fairs. And I can just remember one time, I will never forget this. And it was the best taco, y'all. Oh my God, it was the best taco I ever had. It was like a storefront. It was like the window was open. This is Chicago because you know it's cold there. But the window was open and they were doing tacos, and they were the best tacos I had ever had. That very authentic. Now there are several places that I would go because we have several places, Spanish areas in the city, and another one is, I believe, Logan Square, and I can remember going there as well to get tacos. But that was when I think I was pregnant with my child, and they made liver tacos. And so sometimes you just can't find. It was just unique things that you could find there, and and I mean, the liver was just so tender, y'all. It was just, most people don't like liver. I'm strange, but I like liver, and I'm a liver person, and I just don't know what it was. But while I was pregnant, I had to have these liver tacos, and they were delicious. Okay, it was quite a ways from my house, and I would send my husband there to get it. But the other thing, various ways to celebrate, as you can hear me talking about it, is Mexican food. And so Cinco de Mayo is an excellent opportunity for people to indulge in Mexican cuisine. So you hear me talking about tacos, you hear enchiladas, tamales, guacamole, and margaritas. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I can make some mean guacamole and also some margaritas, okay? And tacos. I don't do too bad with tacos, and I do a variation of that. I love Mexican food, okay? And I do have a favorite Mexican restaurant. My girlfriend and we visit this restaurant quite often. We go for lunch sometimes, we go for dinner sometimes, and it's on the weekends they have the mariachi. They have a mariachi band and they play. It's just a really pleasant uh, atmosphere, um, if I must say so myself. Okay, so we are going to do another little commercial. And then we are going to come back and I'm going to give you some other ways throughout the United States that people celebrate, various ways that they celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which is a Mexican holiday that we should all know about and why. Most people think of it, they think of the parades, the food, and all of those things, but there is some history behind it as well. So just a brief uh, break here.
Listen up, everybody. I am so excited. I just finished a course and got certified on how to start a podcast and monetize it. Thanks to my amazing instructor, Tina Ramsey, my heart right now is overwhelmed. My dreams have been fulfilled. And if you are looking to take your company to the next level, then choose the best. Tina Ramsey, owner of the CTR Network. You don't want to sleep on this. If you want to invest in yourself, start today so you can monetize your business and get what you deserve. God bless you. Don't sleep. Get it done.
All right. That's one of my podcast persons. And she is such a sweet. She is motivation. A lot of these people, I would love to have them on my program. Our schedules are so crazy, and everything. But I'm working on it. We're gonna work on it. I'm gonna find a way to get, because she is such a great motivational um, speaker, and her life journey is truly amazing. So, um, here we go. Various ways. Family gatherings. I used to have a nail technician, and she was really Puerto Rican, but because she did my nails, she always invited me to her family gatherings. And I really enjoyed her family gatherings. The family and friends that got together, it was usually in the backyard. They had barbecue. It was like a picnic. Tables was all set out. And a lot of times people brought dishes. So it was a time for me to enjoy Mexican inspired dishes. But I'm gonna tell you, to be perfectly honest, when I would go get my nails done, she always had me taste something that she made. That's how, you all might think I'm crazy, but I like cactus, because that's a cacti. That's a Spanish dish. She got me into that. She did something with a sauce. Oh, I just really enjoyed. She gave me some of her now. I'm not really into the drinks as well. Well, I know of the drinks, but I don't really know how to make the drinks or things like that. But it was such a nice experience, and it was such a relaxed setting, and so those things do happen. And then you also have what is called educational events. So you have some organizations where they host educational events to teach about the historical significance of Cinco de Mayo in Mexican culture through lectures and exhibitions and film screening. So usually sometimes you have that at the library. But like I said, I am fortunate to live in a place where we have different cultures. So we have a Mexican museum where you can go and look at these things in different exhibits and stuff. And they also have educational events to teach you about the importance of the historical significance of the Cinco de Mayo. Also, music and dance performance. Concerts featuring Mexican musician or traditional folk dance performance are common, showcasing the vibrant culture of Mexico. Now, I don't know if you've been anyone that been to Mexico. I have been to Mexico a couple of times, and my daughter and my granddaughter have been to Mexico. My granddaughter wants to get into foreign studies, and I believe that she's probably going to go the route of the Spanish, South America or something like that. She is graduating from high school and she's going to college. Now, I don't know where she's going, but she won't tell me. It's going to be a surprise. So I just let them surprise me. Okay. So, but I believe, like I said, I believe that it probably will be somewhere where, because my granddaughter speaks Spanish, fluent Spanish. She's very good in that, and so they have been there several times. My daughter loves the music, and she sings the music, she dances the music, and she is really good as far as preparing the Mexican food authentically. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether it's because she's been there or whatever, but I really enjoy uh, her her Mexican dishes that she's made. Now, I have gone to some concerts, um, and we have had people to visit um, places that dance, and they dance the traditional Mexican folklore dance, which is very, very interesting because it tells a story as well. Okay, so we're gonna move on. I got a little bit more to tell you. All right, so another way, I'm trying not to sneeze because the allergies, but another way that they celebrate is through community service. And if you note, most organizations now want to promote community service. So in some places, Cinco de Mayo is also a day of community service where people volunteer for charitable activities or participate in cleanup efforts to give back to their community. Now, I know that this is done a lot in the church. And where I live, I always tell you all, I live in a community of churches. That's what it's called, the community of churches, because I got to move my chair, I'm sorry. Because there are very many different denominations. I kind of expounded on that a little bit last week when I talked about our South Suburban Ministerial Association, where it's kind of large and it's all different denominations. Plus, they do not exclude anyone. They even the ministers at the church, at the hospitals, the ministers that are in the schools, all of them are a part of that. And so, excuse me, we have a couple of Spanish churches that participate, and they also have cleanups and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm very fortunate because I've been exposed. It's very diverse, and the community that I stay in now is kind of diverse as well. We have all different types of nationalities and things like that. So we usually do something. They usually do something for all of the uh, different nationalities in the community. But what I really want you to realize is that Cinco de Mayo celebrations vary widely, but typically revolve around Mexican heritage, culture, and the historical significance of history. So, with that being said, we're going to take another commercial break, and then I am going to come back and I'm going to try to talk to you about the historical heritage and culture as it relates to Cinco de Mayo. We'll be right back.
Does this resonate with you? Has a company ripped you off in the past? SettleShark is changing how consumers get money back from companies. SettleShark assists consumers during the entire process, from beginning to end. Our process is simple, convenient, affordable, and powerful. You're in control. We are here to help you. Contact us today at www.settleshark.com or call 1-888-704-0708.
All right, we are back. And so now I'm going to try to tell you a little bit about the elements of Mexican heritage and its culture and kind of how it relates to Cinco de Mayo and why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo here in the United States. It's celebrated in the Mexican culture, but not as uh, prevalent as it is in the United States. Okay, so the Mexican heritage has an indigenous roots. Mexican has a rich indigenous heritage with civilizations such as the Aztecs. I know you might have remembered studying about these when you were in school. The Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Zapotecs, leaving behind impressive architecture, ruins, artwork, and cultural traditions. So some of these places you can go and visit them, and you can see those ruins there. So they left behind a significant amount of artwork and cultural traditions. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the resilience of the Mexican culture, which has been shaped by both indigenous and European influences. So they're just like any other, I think, culture. We're influenced by our roots, okay, as well as the modernization of society. So also they had Spanish colonial influence. So Mexico was colonized by Spain in the 16th century, leading to blending of the indigenous tradition with Spanish culture. So not only was it Mexican, but it was also Spanish culture as well that was blended in. The fusion is evident in Mexican cuisine, their language, their religion, their art, as well as their architecture. If you look at any of those things, I don't know, you might not be into art and stuff like I am. I like all kinds of things, so I'm well rounded and I like to look at different things. I like to learn different things. So, elements of Mexican heritage and culture. Now, there are two, well, it's really more than two, I believe, but this is how it kind of all got started. So, the Mexican War of Independence, the Mexican War of Independence, which was 1810 to 1821, it was a significant event that led to Mexico gaining independence from Spain. It marked the beginning of Mexico's journey as a sovereign nation and is an important part of the Mexican history and identity. The other thing is Mexican American War. The Mexican American War, which was in 1846 to 1848, resulted in Mexico seizing vast, seceding, I believe, vast territories to the United States, which included California, Texas, and New Mexico. Cinco de Mayo commemorates a later conflict with the Battle of Pueblo in 1862, which symbolizes Mexicans' resistance against foreign interventions. So there is a lot to be learned in the Mexican history as it is in the Black history or the Jewish history or any other nationality that we might, uh, come upon as well. Also, this is the other one, the Battle of Pueblo, which happened on May 5th, 1862. Now, that is why I believe that we celebrate Cinco de Mayo on May 5th. The Mexican army achieved an unexpected victory over the French forces at the Battle of Pueblo. Although the French eventually occupied Maximilian I, the Battle of Pueblo became a symbol excuse me, of Mexicans' patriotism and resistance. So, unity and pride. Cinco de Mayo represents unity and pride for Mexicans, both in Mexico and abroad. It celebrates the courage and determination of the Mexican people in the face of adversity and serves as a reminder of their rich cultural heritage and resistance. So, we're going to take another commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to kind of summarize it, and we'll talk about my upcoming events and things like that. So, just bear with me one more. I got to do my hold on. I think I got a few. CTI Media Homeschool and is sending me some hearts, and thank you so much for that. Uh, because CTI Media Home, this is great for them. I'm just saying. Uh, um, Also, I'm going to. Sometimes I lose my. Let me go to my commercial. I got to play my commercial.
Oh my goodness, the mailman came. I hope my sweet little thing cookie's in here. I just hope it's in here. Let me see. Let me open this up. That's it. That's it. Sweet little thing cookies. That sweet little thing cookies. Oh, I'ma have me a ball now. Let me just get this right here. Little thing cookie. That sweet little thing cookie. Oh yeah. I finally got my cookies. This sweet little thing cookies. Oh, yeah. I'ma have fun. This package kind of big, though. Man, it got a lot of cookies. Oh, yeah. This the best day ever. I'm trying to tell you, I got my cookies, and I'm going to eat these cookies, and ain't nobody going to stop me. Wait, what?
Marie, what you doing, man? You can't have those cookies right now. I'm sorry, we about to eat dinner. Once we finish dinner, then you can have those cookies. Go ahead, put them up. Go ahead, put them up.
Are you serious, bruh? I got sweet Lestain cookies, and now I gotta wait for dinner? Fine, can I at least look at the cookies? Thank you. Oh my goodness, I have waited all this time now. I gotta do all this. Fine. Oh yeah. I got my hands on some sweet Lestain cookies. But I can't eat them right now because bruh talking about I gotta wait to dinner. Okay, I'ma do that. But once I finish that, it's gonna be on, y'all.
All right, we are back. And I just want to let you know that Sweet Lestines is coming out with a new cookie, y'all. I haven't named it yet. I've got some few people tasting it. And we're going to try to come up with a cute little name for it, but it is a very nice cookie. But at this time, I want to thank you all, Gracia, for attending my podcast. Now, I want you to keep in mind that Cinco de Mayo is more than just a celebration of military victory. It is a reflection of Mexican identity, heritage, and culture, highlighting the country's history of struggle, triumph, and unity. So I'm hoping that in some way or other that I have inspired you with this episode, or maybe this episode encouraged you to maybe look further into some more information, or maybe it empowered you to do something. Whatever it did, I want to thank you again for coming on. Now, I do want to remind you all to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel up, and I'm just about at 500. So if you could just help me out by going there it is, and just clicking that subscribe button, it would help me out a great deal. So with that being said, I always want to leave you with my 3 L's. And that is live. Make sure you live your life, y'all. Life is short. And you don't know what's going to happen from day to day, truly. So try to live a fulfilling life, one that makes you just happy and fulfilled. And don't forget to laugh. That's the next one. Laugh. Find somewhere in your daily um, life that you can laugh, because laughter, believe it or not, is so good for the soul. And the last thing that I really and truly want to leave you with is love. But the most important love is self-love. So, with that being said, make sure you love yourself. Sometimes, as people, we forget to love ourselves, especially if we have families. Sometimes we put them above us. So, self-love is very important. I learned that very important when my mother was ill, because they always said, you need to take care of yourself. Um, because what they said, the statistics showed that the caregivers usually um, pass before um, the patient or the person. So they encouraged us to do things, because it can be an overwhelming thing if any of you all have ever taken care of another individual. It doesn't have to be your mother, but it could be anyone that you have taken care of. And so just remember to do acts of kindness through the course of your day. I will be back here next Wednesday. I do have a speaker lined up for this month as well. And I just haven't put it in the upcoming events because she has to approve. It's a she. She has to approve my flyers that I'm going out. I don't like to put out anything that is not approved by the guests. So that is what we are working on now. So I want to leave you, and I will leave you with some of my upcoming events. As you can see, as I play my music that my granddaughter made for me, I am so proud of her with her violin.